Welcome back.
Let's go! Ah!
Welcome back to another Ed and Eddie's Silver and Blue.
And today, everybody, what we're going to be talking about is a little bit of training camp updates. You know, it's
Awesome.
been going on for about 2 weeks now, and it's good to kind of just check back, see how things are going, give us a little bit of our thoughts. Before we go into the video, I do want to make sure that we all know August 10th, the first episode of Hard Knocks,
Yes.
we are going to be doing a reaction video. So after that episode, look for that video. We want to share our thoughts and hear what you all want to say too.
Can't wait.
Let's get into training camp here. What do you got?
To me, the biggest one is the defensive backfield. Rookies we brought in have been looking great. Everybody's been, and I know a lot of people say, well, it's just training camp. But those same people, if they weren't looking good, would be saying, oh, those guys look terrible.
Yeah.
You can't have it both ways. So, and I'd rather they look great than look like. So their draft of Kelvin Joseph and Deshaun Wright is looking beautiful so far. Both have looked really good. Heard nothing but great things about both. Israel Mukuwamu has looked really good, and Kennedy, nobody expected him to show up and do what he's doing. So all these guys are fighting for those spots, and there's only a way to keep as many of them as we can, because bringing in Malik Hooker as the cement of it all, just like we did before with the linebackers, we are turning a severe deficit into a potential real positive on that defense.
And not to mention, too, above all else, I just like that how these new guys are making the older guys kind of hungry. Guys that are kind of complacent, who have been here for a while, possibly Anthony Brown or Jordan Lewis. If one of them gets beat out by a young rookie, I like the competition. I like the increased tenacity of the secondary. I'll start mine out. One of mine that I'm really looking forward to is the defensive line. One of the big stars early on in camp is Randy Gregory. It looks like he's kind of mentally there, bringing it all together. But I also really like some of the new blood that they've brought in, especially on the inside.
Yeah.
Guys like Bohanna and Brent Urban are just massive, and they're a one technique, that run-stopping style defensive tackle, which we've sorely lacked for forever.
Bohanna is a big guy, and he looks normal compared to Brent Urban. Brent Urban looks huge. I didn't realize he was that big.
And his forte is stopping the run, and with our run defense being as bad as it was last year, I'm happy that we might be able to push towards kind of like average.
You've talked about Randy Gregory, and they moved him into a captain's role now.
That's awesome.
I love they're putting that added responsibility on him, and I think he's going to have a huge year.
I agree. What's your number two?
Number two is the emergence of Micah Parsons. He has looked great, and he's supposed to. He was a number one pick for us, and I look back at other linebackers that were taken very early and were huge impact on their team. Sean Merriman, for instance. I mean, the guy was an absolute terror on the field and was awesome until things went south with him. But if he can have that kind of impact, it's going to be incredible for that defense, especially considering the other things we talked about with the DBs in the line. And you mentioned, and I'm sorry, I'm just going here. I'm on a roll. Let them roll. The impact that new young blood has on the existing players. So I think Micah Parsons coming in and kicking ass is going to boost up Jalen. And I've said this, you've seen on other videos, I think Jalen's going to have a really good year. He's going to be the bounce back player of the year. And that's going to be one of the main reasons, is the fire that's getting put behind him.
And I also like with Micah Parsons that he's just such a utility knife. I remember reading one of the interviews with him. He was just talking about how they asked me to rush the passer, I'll rush the passer. They asked me to spy, I'll spy. They asked me to drop into coverage, I'll do it. And to see his willingness to do that mixed in with those athletic traits.
Not just the willingness, but the ability to do all of them exceptionally well.
Guy's going to be an absolute stud. My second point is actually the offensive line. And I'm a big believer of it, guys. Contrary to this baggy jersey here, I used to play a little offensive and defensive line back in the day.
There you go, Eddie. There you go, Eddie. Yeah! Second sack of the night. Attaboy, Eddie.
And everybody knows it starts and ends with the line. When the line's doing great, the offense does great. When the line is terrible, offense will diminish. And our guys have been healthy, they're looking good, and guys like Smith and Martin haven't missed a beat, and they look so good. And I actually really like that they're taking it a little bit easier on Tyron. They're giving him limited reps, allowing him to have his veteran days off, and he's been here for forever. He knows what to do. As long as we keep our prime horses healthy, our offense is going to flourish.
Absolutely. bring in another exceptional point from camp this year, and I don't think it's a surprise, but it's still awesome, and that's CeeDee Lamb.
Oh, yeah.
CeeDee Lamb has taken a step up. He was great as a rookie, and he even looks better now. Just incredible. And I hear people talk about, well, is he the new number one? I don't care. Just get him on the field with Coop and Gallup, and they're all going to kick ass. CeeDee Lamb, though, has caught everything that they throw his way. I've seen footage, and I'm sure you guys have seen the highlights too. Trayvon Diggs just all over him, and he's still catching it. He's going to kill it this year.
Oh, yeah, and that's the thing, too. He's getting good reps against our number one corner, which Diggs is an above-average corner, potentially be a Pro Bowler, but to see Diggs get handled by Lamb on so many types of plays, it's like I can only imagine what he's going to do against the opposing defenses.
Absolutely.
Yeah. My third point, I think probably one that we're all pretty happy about, is no major injuries. Knock on wood, things could be so much worse, because last season, Smith and Lael, they were injured right out the gate. Like, they didn't even suit up, and it's like, it was just a rough time for us. We just were not lucky with that injury bug.
Especially in light of Carson Wentz news that came out today. That sucks for the guy. I mean, I love to, clown on him, but that's not good. I don't want him to be injured. Thank God no Cowboys have had any serious injuries yet in camp.
And even I know a few people were a little worried about the Dak one, but I'll chalk that up to a preseason type, injury. Let him rest up. Let him be 100% ready for week 1. I don't worry too much about Dak.
Yeah, it's not even an injury. It's just a little bit of a sore arm because he came in throwing too much at first. Yeah, no big deal. So before we wrap this up, let me throw a trivia question your way. All right, leave your answer in the comments. The first person who gets it right will be the first person to get it right. All right, so the question is, who are the top 3 touchdown reception leaders for Tony Romo?
Oh, so just to be specific, who has the most touchdown catches from Tony Romo's QB?
Top 3.
Oh,
all right, let us know in the comments. Good luck.
And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, everybody, because remember, every time you hit that like button, an Eagles fan cries.
Appreciate it, guys. We'll see you on the next one.